Hi, this is Moira Darling. A number of months ago, I was asked to facilitate a little retreat on raising the bar on your life. This was a day-long retreat, and I gave it some thought on how to facilitate this. And there was one way I could have done it, which was to really pump up the volume and go into the rah, rah, rah and power through and let's make it happen and be confident and whatever. But it felt not really appropriate in this situation. So after some consideration, I came up with the idea of seeing it as connecting to the strength. Everybody has something that's individual and unique to them that they want to raise the bar on. And that can be anything. That could be changing your diet to a healthier diet. That can be getting your taxes done on time. That could be being able to say no and place boundaries more readily. That could be to learn to listen to yourself and take more care of yourself. That could be cleaning out your closet. That could be declutter. It could be anything for any one individual at any one time. So what we decided to do and how we did the workshop was we talked about the 6 C's of changing something in your life that is actually individual to you. And these C's are the C's of connection, clarity, connection to yourself, the connection to your own individual truth, what you know for you that you are ready to change or want to change or have found yourself thinking about a lot or have thought about or felt yourself given a lot of time to, or that has annoyed you, or that you're really not feeling strong with, whatever that is for you, then we have to spend time, and really deeply connect to what you know you are ready to change and raise the bar on, to improve on. And I think it's really important to say it's not that there's anything wrong with how things are at the moment, but you probably could feel more freer with yourself, happier with yourself, more contented with how things are in your life, feel more organised, feel more settled with yourself, feel more comfortable with yourself, feel stronger with yourself, or feel happier with yourself, or whatever that is for you. It's about your choice, and not to really make it about something that's negative at the beginning. It just is something that you feel could be improved within your life. So the connection to that, the first C would be the C of connection. To connection, what actually for you that you are ready to change. You've got to connect to yourself. It's not about anyone else. This is not really for anyone else. This is for you deciding what you can do and are ready to improve. So the second C is to become clear with what that is, and really become clear with what you know for you. And I really feel that, most people know deep down what they need to do, but we often put off doing it because we're not ready to take the responsibility, or we feel it's going to be too much hassle, or we're caught in a habit, or whatever the reason is. But I think when we make the connection to ourselves and get really deeply connected to that truth within ourselves, and we're clear with that, then that becomes the starting point of making the change that you are ready to change. Like I said, it's individual and unique to everybody. Somebody else might want something completely different from you, but that doesn't make them different. It doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make you right or wrong. It just makes us all unique and different. So the connection is really important to yourself. The clarity for yourself is extremely important. And sometimes that can be tricky. So, I know that someone wanted about 6 different things, and when it came down to, I want to change all these 6 different things, and that can be setting yourself up to fail if you try too much too soon. But when we looked at it, it became very, very clear that a person needed to learn how to say no before they said yes, because every time they were asked anything, it was always a yes. And there was never really any connection or ability to connect to what they wanted. And so, the 6 things all fell under the same umbrella of strengthen your ability to say no, and that will help. It doesn't mean you say no abruptly or angrily or with frustration or aggression. It just means that you learn to create that space between you and the always, the instantaneous yes, which means that you're not really in charge of your life, other people are. So the connection is 1C, clarity is the second, and then the 3rd C is it takes courage. It takes courage to make a change. It takes courage to move forward and to change something that you are really ready to or you want to, and it does mean that you have to put a lot of effort into making that happen. But the courage it does take, because some people won't want you to change. Some people will want you to continue doing. So for example, if you wanted to change your diet from whatever it is to a different, healthier lifestyle diet, and your entire family like to go for fast food or they like processed food, or they are high meat eaters or whatever, and you decided to go plant-based, or you decided to eat healthier, then that might cause frustration, or it may cause judgment, or it may cause confusion, or it may cause whatever, inconvenience even. So it does take courage, and I think it's really important to give yourself some credit for deciding to move your life forward the way that you are ready to do it. So the 6C, the 3rd C is courage. And then of course, you have to commit. So the 4th C is the C of commitment. So committing to your decision. So you've made the connection, you have become clear with what you want to change, you've found the courage to take that step and make it happen, and then you got to commit. You got to commit and follow through. It technically takes about 40 days of consistent daily practice to change any one habit, and then it's likely to take another 9 months to really embody that change of regular daily, frequent daily practice. So the commitment, you have to keep reinforcing. One decision is often not enough. You have to constantly make that same decision to reinforce the original decision and commit to doing that. And that can take even more courage. So courage and commitment come together. Connection and clarity are like hand-in-hand buddies. Courage and commitment are also hand-in-hand buddies. They're the partnership. Courage and the commitment come together. They're holding each other's hand. So you need courage, you need commitment, you need them both. And then the 5th C is the C of conviction. You got to follow through. You got to show yourself that you mean it. You commit to it, you follow through, you take that action, you do what you need to do, you reinforce your decision, you are really committed, and you're showing it with your conviction. You're following through, you're standing up in the face of judgment, you're standing up in front of your own habits and deciding, I am doing this. And I'm doing this not because I feel I have to, not because I've been told to, but because I can feel the difference it's making to my life. And really, that's the whole point of it. This isn't really to improve anybody's life but your own. Although when you improve your own, normally that passes on to the people that you care about and share your life with. And so that fifth C is the C of conviction. And then, of course, the consistency that comes with that. So it's consistent practice, daily practice, sometimes moment-to-moment practice that will make that shift happen. The consistency, the frequency, the decision that you consistently move it forward, and the action that you take is what is going to create the change. You know, if you make a connection and you get clear with it and you don't you don't raise the courage, or you don't commit to it, or you don't follow through with a conviction, and you can't do that consistently, you know, the changes become hopes and dreams instead of reality. And what we want to do is help people make their life improvements because they want to do them, not because their life is unhealthy or not good at the time, or there's not anything wrong with it, but is there room for improvement? And if there is, then these are the 6 C's that may help you to make those changes that you are ready to make. So once again, it's the 6 C's of raising the bar and changing something that you are ready to change in your life. And the first one is connection. The second one is get clear and get the clarity. The third one is know that you've got to have the courage to do it. And sometimes that can be difficult, but if you manage to raise that courage, then your courage is really, really important, and to really acknowledge that. And then the commitment to yourself, which is going to keep the cycle moving, and it's going to keep that moving. And then the conviction and consistently moving it forward and practicing that decision on a day-to-day basis. So I hope that's helped. That was a very, very short synopsis of our day-long workshop, which obviously we went into in a much deeper way. But I thought I would share that with you guys. And if you find it helpful and you would like to you've enjoyed it, please share it. Please subscribe and share and like it. And thank you so much for listening. And this is Moira Darling, and talk to you again soon.